You mean it should fundamentally changing the structure of English football is not akin to one club in a relegation battle? Relegation battles happen for multiple clubs every single season. That's a once in a generation situation. It's not comparable.
But
the
Manny, you're
protests aren't against
misunderstanding the protest if
relegation.
you think that.
Yeah.
That you're literally not. You're like, I can't take you seriously if that's what you think it's about. Literally, we've read out what they're protesting about. They're not actually protesting about that, right?
So what,
they're not protesting against a relegation battle, and they're not protesting against a January transfer window. That's not what it is, and that's also why Top's statement is a bit weird, because how it's worded and how it's structured, he's speaking as if he believes fans aren't happy just because of the January transfer window. As I said to you, whether you remember it happening or not, Manny, promotion. £80 million spent in the summer just gone. Fans were still unhappy. It's not about how much money's being spent on the team. That's not what it's about. And it's not that we're about to go down again. That is not why they're protesting.
So what, were they unhappy with poor performance last season then? I just don't get it. You're top of the championship, you're going into a Premier League season.
It's not about performances on the pitch. What are you getting?
Well, my point is you're not proving to me that what you're saying, or any individual, any situation that you can identify as wrong, is going to be improved by having a shouting contest midway through the season. I don't see how them protest. Let's say they got their way and the club listened to them. And this week they go on a hunt for a new CEO, a new director of football, whatever you want. It happens. Do you think next week is going to help us play better on the pitch, or the week after?
No, and that's not what their aim is. So that's not what their aim is.
So but as a byproduct of doing all of this, would you agree that this is a negative cloud, negative light transfer? Let's say if you're a potential player, might go, Leicester, brilliant family club, won the league. Oh, look at them now. It's a mess. They're fighting with each other. I don't want to go there.
But that's
toxic. You're increasing the toxicity is my point.
But supporters haven't done that. They've done it to themselves, Manny. They have brought this. They've brought this upon themselves.
Yeah. Then I just don't think it's right to, within a few years of winning the Premier League, everyone starts shouting and screaming and crying because we're in a relegation battle. Again, mate, we've been in a relegation battle on and off.
It's not because we're in a relegation battle, Manny. What aren't you getting?
Because if performance was good, if we were mid-table, do you think they'd still be protesting the same way?
Yes, because last season, the same anger was there. Last season, when we were winning every game,
a noisy minority of a few thousand people compared to 30,000 that go every week and hundreds of thousands extra. You're talking about a noisy minority. I'm trying to give you a balanced overview of how an organization is properly run. You don't just flippantly, go, oh, this is wrong. I want change. Scream out of my toilet. Rubbish. That is not how you do it. You look over performance over a long period of time, not just what have you done for me lately. It's just
Manny, I'm sorry, but that is quite misguided what you're saying there. If I was to use the same language you are, I would say that the value of Leicester City Football Club, because of the way that the current board has managed the club over the last few years, has fallen quite considerably, because it's gone from being a stable club in the Premier League that was challenging for European football to a club that is potentially on the borderline between Championship and Premier League. And that means its book value, its asset value is dramatically less. And you would absolutely, if you were in charge of that organization and that was happening, directors, shareholders, they would be looking at you and they'd be extremely concerned. And it's extremely likely that there would be changes at the top to account for that. And there hasn't been any. So I don't think that's a valid argument either. I think it's fair enough to say, okay, they went down, they fixed it the first time of asking, they've come back, but now the same problems are manifesting themselves.
So do we see consistently, season after season, clubs who are in relegation battles, or they've had problems off the field, problems off the pitch? How often do they change their ownership? How often does that actually happen?
Manny, Project Reset aren't asking for a change of ownership. We've been through this.
They don't know what they're asking for because they haven't specified.
I've just read it, Manny.
They've read it. Okay, so which individual would they like to change? It's all vague and broad. Who do they want out? Let's get it out there. Who do they want out and who do they want in?